some of the best wrestlers in the country that we've chose from all over the country. So a lot of mistakes were made last week, you know, not just on athletes, but probably staff as well, and our preparation for that match. So I can tell you we're not overlooking anything this week, and there's two good dual meets with West Virginia. They have some solid individuals, and of course Pittsburgh last year upset us at Pittsburgh. So, you know, hopefully we'll get that win back this year, and it's a big weekend for us to just kind of come out and look sharper, look better, and try to get on track to see a lot of improvement over the next couple of months.
Obviously, you can go all the way back to the Bedlam duel, Nolan Boyd this year. It seemed to be a completely different wrestler from what you were constantly pointing out about him last year. I mean, how far have you seen him come from last year to these last 2 months? And I mean, second straight Big 12 honor, proving that you know he's where he's belonged. Well,
I think he's just obviously he's got a little bit more confidence, and you know, I think I point to the match against Iowa when it was tight in the third period after he took him to his back for 5, and he went up and took the lead. Just seemed real calm and collected about himself, and ended up getting a nice defensive takedown to put the match away. Those are things that you wouldn't have seen last year. You would have seen maybe his mind running a little fast and making some mistakes or forcing some things. So I think he's got a long ways to go, and I think that, you know, the one thing about Nolan has been pretty impressive is he was missing a lot of things, you know, when he got here, and really, you know, never envisioned him being in the starting lineup this early in his career, especially last year. So there's been a lot of catch up with him, and he's willing to put the work in, and he's willing to do the things that it takes, you know, and he passed a lot of people up because of that. Is he where we need him? No, he's not. But I can tell you that he does a lot of the right things, and there's no promises that he's going to get there. It's that tough. So he just needs to remain focused and really take the nice wins that he has and grows on them, and starts continuing to build confidence, because it is about confidence with this team. It's got to earn the confidence to be able to perform at the level that we want to.
What do you feel has been the biggest difference with him this year as opposed to last year? Is it just more mature? Because it seems like he's finishing off matches.
I think, you know, like I said, I don't like to use your age group of your team to judge how good you're going to be, you know. But experience is important. So I think wrestling a full year, having to battle to make the team last year, and ended up making the team last year, I think all that has helped him grow, develop a lot quicker, and definitely has given him some confidence. I mean, there was a time last year that when he stepped up, anyone was competitive against him. I think he separated himself by quite a few of by the majority of the field at this weight. But has he, you know, does that mean he's got to worry about eight athletes at the weight? No, he's probably somewhere around 15. You know, the top 15 guys are still going to be a challenge to him. So as he eliminates some of that, I think we'll get a little closer to where we want to be with him.
How do you feel this victory over an Iowa team when the duel was already pretty well in hand can help him confidence and whatnot going forward through the rest of the season?
Well, I just think big wins are important to you. You don't, you know, sometimes the opposite can happen. You feel a little stressed with big wins. You know, am I supposed to be doing this? Well, yeah, he's supposed to be doing this. He just needs to relax and go week at a time. And whatever you did last week means very little. But if it was a big win, then use it as a motivator, not something that's gonna hamper you the following week. Make sure that you just try to stay real consistent with your effort.
They brought up Pittsburgh, but West Virginia on Friday, a team you guys have, you know, traditionally just kind of taken care of. Do you use that kind of as a springboard going into the rest of the year after the loss Sunday?
Well, I think you know, this West Virginia team will be a lot different. One, they got a new coach, Sammy Henson, who's was a great athlete, great coach. We're gonna see this team be a lot tougher in our conference as we go forward from here. You know, again, I don't think we can address it like the past. You know, it's going to be a competitive dual meet. There'll be a lot of pride there. And first-year coach, you always seem to get really hungry athletes that are buying into what's going on. So, you know, do I expect a lopsided score? I sure hope so, you know, but we're going to have to go earn it and then follow it up with Sunday, where it's probably going to be, you know, one of our tougher dual meets. You know, as tough as, you know, as tough as Iowa and probably Minnesota, maybe not as deep as Iowa and Minnesota, but they're pretty solid throughout their 10 guys that they'll be bringing.
Coach, Collica's had a little bit of a hard time adjusting to his weight class. So he's got a pretty tough match coming up against Pitt. What do you think he has to do to get himself back on track after his last loss?
I just think he gets kind of readdress some of the things that happened in the match and staying focused throughout practice on a daily basis. You remember, you know, that's a 7-minute match we wrestled on Sunday, and we're working out 20 hours a week, so you got a lot of time to fix it, and that's where you fix it. You don't fix it by just thinking about it. You fix it by going in and doing something about it and putting yourself in that situation and thinking through it as you're going through. So you got the lead and kind of faltered a little bit, you know, after you know, putting up 2 takedowns in the first, got reversed late in the first period, and it kind of shocked him. And that kind of was a story about us on Sunday, is that we kind of got shocked when something negative happened, and we never really quite recovered.
All right.